After his return towards the tail end of the summer of 2006, it was only a matter of time before WWE would pull the trigger on one of the most satisfying WWE Championship wins and reigns of the Ruthless Aggression era. Towards the end of 2007 into 2008, fan favorite and beloved Jeff Hardy, the master of the Twist of Fate and the Swanton Bomb, would finally work his way up to the WWE title. This is Enigmatic Words, Jeff Hardy's rise from 2007 to 2008. The kickoff to the climb up the WWE ladder to the main event scene would start with a brief stint as the WWE Intercontinental Champion. At the time, the champion was Umaga, and he attacked Jeff Hardy in a match with Mr. Kennedy on the August 27th episode of Monday Night Raw. On the following week, September 3rd, Jeff Hardy would defeat Umaga and capture the Intercontinental Championship for the fourth time in his WWE career. But there was much more on the table after this. Fast forward to Survivor Series 2007 and the traditional 5-on-5 Raw vs. SmackDown Survivor Series match. And the sole survivors and winners for Monday Night Raw were Triple H and, to many surprise, the Charismatic Enigma, Jeff Hardy. Following the event, Triple H and Jeff Hardy would work in a tag team of sorts, with Triple H almost being a guiding hand to Jeff Hardy as he worked his way up the mid-card ladder and finally got a crack to work in that main event scene. At the time, Jeff Hardy was still the Intercontinental Champion, but one of the biggest matches in his career would take place very soon against his tag team partner. This came at Armageddon 2007 when the Intercontinental Champion Jeff Hardy battled Triple H to determine who would be the number one contender to Randy Orton's WWE title at the Royal Rumble 2008. And to many fans' surprise, Jeff Hardy would get a quick roll-up in the 1-2-3 on Triple H. This shocked fans and sent shockwaves through the WWE universe in a match that was very, very good, but one that many fans did not expect the Charismatic Enigma and the underdog and the rising star Jeff Hardy to get the win. Now, leading up to the match against Randy Orton, who was the WWE Champion at the time, this was a very, very personal feud, which kicked off with Randy Orton attacking Matt Hardy and landing his pivotal punt kick, which was a huge part of his character at the time. This would take Matt Hardy out of commission and lead Jeff Hardy to make a statement against the WWE Champion, which inclined him climbing up to the top of the rafters on the Monday Night Raw stage and jumping off and landing a Swanton Bomb through a table and through the electric equipment. This would lead into the Royal Rumble 2008, the WWE title match between the champion, the legend killer, and the Viper, Randy Orton, versus Jeff Hardy. This match was great, a very back and forth affair, Jeff Hardy landing a beautiful whisper in the wind, but he would eventually get a twist of fate countered into an RKO, and Randy Orton would get the 1-2-3, halting Jeff Hardy's WWE Championship dreams for the time being. This would lead to February's WWE No Way Out 2008 pay-per-view in a 6-man number one contenders elimination chamber match between Chris Jericho, JBL, the Heartbreak Kid Shawn Michaels, the Game Triple H, the Samoan Bulldozer Umaga, and the topic of this video, the man himself, Jeff Hardy. The first two men to start this match would be Triple H and Jeff Hardy, and they would last all the way until the final two. However, Jeff Hardy's dreams would once again get crushed as Triple H hit a pedigree on a steel chair and got the 1-2-3 and would make his way to Wrestlemania 24 to challenge Randy Orton for the WWE Championship. This is where things started to go from bad to worse for Jeff Hardy, as he was suspended for a second violation of the WWE wellness policy for 60 days, and in accordance with the suspension, he would drop the Intercontinental Championship to the creator of the highlight reel and Chris Jericho on the March 11th, 2008 episode of Monday Night Raw. Now, after we learned about this suspension, we also learned that Jeff Hardy had some big plans going into WrestleMania 24. He was originally penciled in to become the winner of the Money in the Bank ladder match at this WrestleMania, which included the likes of Shelton Benjamin, Carlito, Chris Jericho, John Morrison, MVP, and Mr. Kennedy. However, the winner of this match would go on to be the straight edge superstar CM Punk, who would win this match and go on to cash in his Money in the Bank contract on an episode of Monday Night Raw against the then World Heavyweight Champion, the Rated R superstar Edge, after a brutal attack by the Animal, Batista. Jeff Hardy would return to Monday Night Raw and reignite his feud with Umaga. This would then lead to a match at One Night Stand 2008, a Falls Count Anywhere match between the Charismatic Enigma and the Samoan Bulldozer, in what many consider to be one of the best Falls Count Anywhere matches of all time, as Jeff Hardy climbed to the top of a WWE production truck and landed a Swanton Bomb on the concrete to get the 1-2-3 against Umaga. Fast forward to the 2008 WWE Draft, and Jeff Hardy would be moved over to Friday nights on Smackdown. He would be moved over alongside the WWE Champion, former tag team partner and rival in the game, Triple H. This would allow them to reignite their rivalry at Unforgiven 2008 in a 5-person WWE Championship Scramble match where Triple H defended against the likes of MVP, Brian Kendrick, Shelton Benjamin, and the Charismatic Enigma, Jeff Hardy. Triple H and Jeff Hardy went back and forth and were tied on pinfalls as both men hit their finishers on corresponding opponents, but Triple H got the 1-2-3, and with 1 second left to spare, Jeff Hardy was left again without the WWE title. At this point, the fans were clamoring for the Charismatic Enigma to finally get the WWE title, as a poll at No Mercy said that 72% believed that Jeff Hardy would win the WWE title from the game Triple H, and that's who everybody was rooting for. This match was definitely the best match of the entire feud between the game and the Charismatic Enigma. However, Jeff Hardy would again come up short, with Triple H retaining the WWE title. But again, as we said, it was a coming out party for Jeff Hardy, and the best match that these two had ever put on. The amazing chemistry between Triple H and Jeff Hardy was showcased tenfold here, and it's definitely a match you want to go out of your way to check out. Then leading into Cyber Sunday 2008, and the fans again voted for Jeff Hardy to be the man to challenge the WWE Champion Triple H instead of a triple threat with Vladimir Kozlov or a one-on-one match between Triple H and Kozlov in and of itself. Both men came out, and in this match, Jeff Hardy fought a little bit smarter. He played it a little bit more patient, attacked the weaknesses of the game, but again would get hit with a pedigree and get defeated 1-2-3 in the middle of the ring and lose. He was then scheduled to go on to Survivor Series 2008 to challenge Vladimir Kozlov and Triple H in a triple threat for the WWE title. However, Jeff Hardy would apparently be taken out backstage, and the returning Rated R superstar Edge would take his spot in the triple threat match and walk out as the new WWE Champion. This would just add to Edge's ultimate opportunist gimmick, and again, cost Jeff Hardy a chance at the title that he can't seem to get a hold of no matter how much he tries. He gets closer and closer every time, but still can't grab that brass ring. This would then lead the new WWE Champion Edge to defend the title against Triple H and Jeff Hardy in a triple threat match at Armageddon 2008 in December. And this was finally where Jeff Hardy would land a swanton bomb as Edge was trying to cover Triple H and get the 1-2-3 and finally capture the title, which had eluded him throughout his entire career. The Charismatic Enigma, the master of the Swanton Bomb, former member of the Hardy Boys, and Jeff Hardy had finally gotten to the top of the WWE mountain and was now considered to be the face of Friday Night SmackDown. The man who had had multiple chances at the WWE title from 2007 to 2008 finally, after multiple opportunities, got that 1-2-3 and held the gold.